Up next on Lion TV, we have Stark Hawks with some behind-the-scenes footage of our SHS theater assembling for their spring play, Treasure Island. Following that, we have Kaya Fortune with some insight on our school's previous foreign language week.
And me, Curtis Stevens, giving you all your Friday forecasts. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Happy Friday, Cicely High, and welcome back to another episode of Lion TV. I'm James Stafford.
And I'm Eric Crowley. We hope everyone had an amazing week. Now let's get right into the student announcements.
Seniors, keep the memory of you walking across the stage forever with a graduation digital copy. If you or a parent would like a digital copy of this year's graduation, there are order forms in either office. The cost is $15. Please turn in an order form with payment. Pay with the exact change or check made out to Cersei High School.
Last Friday, Greg Lynn got the opportunity to compete at the Arkansas State Science Fair. He earned first in his category and won a $300 prize. If you see him, be sure to congratulate him for a job well done.
Students from FBLA participated in the state competition this week. The following students qualified for nationals this summer: Brenda Sanchez, second place in public service announcement; Briley Green, third place in organizational leadership. The following students placed in the top 10 at state: Taylor Martin, 5th place for job interview; Cecily Banks for 8th place in human resource management.
Congratulations to Hannah Bremen for making the finals of her original play, The Invasive Tales of Ryan. Special recognition goes to Marche Poe for winning Best Actress, and big shoutouts to the incredible cast and crew for their outstanding performance today at the Arkansas Young Playwriting Competition.
If you are looking to join the SHS wrestling team, tryouts will take place after school April 28th for boys and the 29th for girls in the old field house. You must have a current physical and workout clothes to try out. If interested, contact Coach Evans at evansj@cerseischools.org.
Hey James, this year's Foreign Language Week wrapped up a few weeks ago.
You're right, Eric. The week was full of exciting activities, and our own Kaya Fortune got a chance to get a story on the highlights during that week.
This week at Cersei High School, we are celebrating Foreign Language Week. This is what you could expect.
From the tasty foods to the vibrant cultures of other countries, our Foreign Language Week provides the students with insight of the different traditions celebrated around the world.
Okay, my favorite thing about French was learning the language and learning the culture. I learned about French culture and also Spanish culture since both of the classes are there in the PAC.
It was just really fun, to learn a new language.
I learned about the type of food they eat and the traditions they do during holidays.
From sweets to delicious tacos, there was plenty of foreign foods provided for this Foreign Language Week. Things like cheesecake and nachos, our students definitely enjoyed it, to say the least.
It's good.
Many students in our foreign language classes chose to put their talents on display for us this week. Musicians and dancers came together to share Spanish culture.
I'd recommend taking Spanish for upcoming freshmen because it's really helpful and you can just learn a lot and it's pretty easy.
I would recommend taking the class because you get to learn the language, and learning languages improves your knowledge.
So nachos are best.
As you can tell, the foreign language classes had a lot of fun this week. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Kaya, for those exciting details.
Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders announced a plan to restrict the types of food that can be purchased with food stamps, becoming one of the first governors to seek federal permission to ban items like soda candy from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. At the news conference at the Arkansas Capitol Tuesday, Sanders said her administration had been submitted to waiver requests for the U.S. Department of Agriculture that would prohibit the use of SNAP benefits, soft drinks, artificial sweeteners, candies, and snacks made with flour, while expanding the eligible items to include hot rotisserie chicken, which is currently excluded. Right now, you can use food stamps to buy a soft drink or a candy bar from a gas station, but you can't use them to buy an Arkansas-raised hot rotisserie chicken from the grocery store, Sanders said.
A suspect in a shooting at a Dallas high school that wounded 4 students and drew a heavy police response to the campus that has been taken into custody. School district officials announced Tuesday night 3 of the students were injured by gunfire and the 4th was injured in their lower body. According to the Dallas Fire Rescue Department, the department said that units were dispatched to Wilmer Hutchins High School just after 1 p.m. and that the 4 students, all of whom are male, were taken to hospitals with injuries ranging from serious to not life-threatening. The school district said in a statement Tuesday night that a suspect was apprehended within hours of the shooting, but didn't provide details about the person or say whether they have been arrested.
Israel's defense minister said Wednesday that troops will remain in so-called security zones in the Gaza Strip, Lebanon, and Syria indefinitely. Remarks that could further complicate talks with Hamas over ceasefire and hostage release. Israeli strikes across Gaza, meanwhile, killed another 22 people. According to local health officials, including a girl who is not yet a year old, the girl's mother, who was wounded, embraced her daughter, still wearing a bloodied blue dress before she was taken for burial. Israeli forces have taken over more than half of the Gaza in renewed campaign to pressure Hamas to release hostages after Israel ended their ceasefire last month. Israel has also refused to withdraw from some areas in Lebanon following a ceasefire with the Hezbollah militant group last year and seized a buffer zone in southern Syria after rebels overthrew President Bashar Assad in December.
Hey James, the weather has been warming up as of late.
That's right, and we have Curtis Stevens to tell us if the weather will continue to stay warm for the upcoming week.
Good morning, Searcy High School. I'm Curtis Stevens with your weather update. Today it will be sunny with a high of 83, rain at a 2% chance, winds blowing south at 17 miles per hour, humidity at 55%, and your sun rose at 6:31 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight it will be partly cloudy with a low of 65, 5% chance of rain, winds blowing south-southwest at 13 miles per hour with humidity of 69%, and your sun will set at 7:41 p.m. On to the almanac. For the last 7 days, the average has been a high of 88, a low of 42, monthly average of precipitation of 5.42 inches, and a monthly of 9.97 inches. On to the 5cast. On Saturday, there will be thunderstorms with a high of 78, a low of 59, and a 47% chance of rain. On Sunday, there will be thunderstorms with a high of 75, low of 57, and a 71% chance of rain. On Monday, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 75, a low of 52, and a 19% chance of rain. On Tuesday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 76, a low of 55, and a 24% chance of rain. And on Wednesday, it will be rainy with a high of 77, low of 58, and a 34% chance of rain. Well, seriously, it looks like it's going to be raining on the weekend, so make sure to get your umbrellas ready. I'm Curtis Stevens, sending it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Curtis. Hey, James, I can't wait for lunch today. Do you know what's on the menu?
I do. Today we'll be having General Tso chicken stir fry, buffalo chicken pizza, macaroni and cheese, classic American cheeseburger, chicken and cheese crispito, strawberry mango, frozen sidekicks, milk.
That sounds amazing. Be sure to thank all of our lunch ladies for all their hard work throughout the school year.
Our SHS Theater Department had their end of the year spring play earlier this month.
Star Cox was able to get behind the scenes of the play to see how much production goes into one of these shows.
SHS's theater department recently presented their talents and creativity by putting on the play Treasure Island. We all got to see the finished project, but we never realized how much work these students put in.
In Treasure Island, I am playing the role as Mother, and what I like most about that role is that she's very stern and she's like really funny, so I think I portray that character really well.
The job consists of being there for your director, communicating what is important to the both of them, helping direct when you can, just check on everybody, and consists of that.
I really read the lines over and over and over and over and over again until I get it down. And if I don't do that, I call somebody and go through the blocking with them.
Putting together a show like this doesn't just happen in one night. There are many challenges the students face.
The challenges I faced are definitely time, because I spend 2 days a week here rehearsing, and I also spend other times doing other things. So I really have to just bite the bullet and just come to rehearsal.
During the show, we just have to improvise on the spot and just figure it out, how to just play it off so the audience doesn't know. And since they don't have a script, they don't know what is going on.
The actors' hard work is prevalent, but we never see who's behind the scenes controlling the show.
Acting is very much important too, but if we didn't have lights, if we didn't have the light cues or sounds or anything going on, y'all wouldn't be able to hear, y'all wouldn't be able to actually let the show become alive.
There's many benefits to students' lives by putting on a show like this.
Why I do theater is I really like the community in it, and I like the social skills I acquire from doing it. I really like just painting and helping out with sets sometimes.
By giving up my time for the theater, I think the most funnest part is just like seeing the end result. Like even just putting on the makeup is so much fun. Just like putting everything together.
As the curtains close on this unforgettable production, it's obvious that the play wasn't only entertaining, but a showcase of the incredible community within our school. We're always eager to see what the drama department comes up with next. Now let's send it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Star. It's nice to see how much hard work our students put into our play day in and day out.
James, the baseball and soccer teams had some important conference games these past couple weeks.
That's right, and we have Jordan Jones to tell us all the results of the games as seasons come to a close before heading into the playoffs.
Happy Friday, Cersei. In local sports, the SHS baseball team took on Jonesboro earlier this week, where the boys would fall short of the powerful 6A team 4-9. The boys also took on West Memphis earlier this week, showcasing their dominance within the conference as they would win the doubleheader 12-0 in the second game 7-2. The girls softball team took on West Memphis as well, as they would pick up a dominant win inside the conference, as they would win both games, with the first game ending with a score of 17-0 and the second game 14-0. The SHS boys and girls soccer teams took on Valley View last week, where the girls would bring home yet another conference win, not only to remain undefeated, but take over first place with the help of Georgie McMahon, as she would only be the only Lady Lion to score during the match to give SHS the win 1-0. The girls also took on Marion on the road, where they would pick up another great road win 7-0, with 4 goals from the star Georgie McMahon, 2 goals from Piper Mahomes, and 1 goal from the freshman Lily Simon. The boys would soon follow with another great performance from David Montano, as he would be the only Lion to score in a hard defensive battle between both teams. The boys would go on to win 1-0, as they are also the first place leading team in the Eastern Conference. The boys also took on Marion, where they would continue to hold their first place in the conference, as they would go on to win 10-0, with goals coming from Christian Alonzo with 2, David Montano with 2, Lawson Faulkner with 2, Hayden Lee with 1, Adrian Sanchez with 1, Cooper Jones with 1, and Rodrigo Perez with 1. Congratulations to all our teams for their recent success. Cersei star guard Chip Johnson announced that she will be transferring to Earl High School for her senior season. Chip is a 3-time All-Conference as well as an All-State player who averaged over 18 points per game. Chip, being ranked top 10 in the state for Arkansas for her 2026 class, will be sure to dominate the field wherever she goes, and we wish her luck for next year. In national sports, Rory McIlroy won the Masters on Sunday, achieving a career Grand Slam and earning the coveted green jacket. In the end, Rory walked up to the final fairway not once but twice with the chance to win the Masters, as he fended off multiple players during an emotional 19 holes of golf. The NBA play-in tournament concluded on Tuesday, including some many exciting matchups. The Orlando Magic traveled to Atlanta to take on the Hawks, with a 26-point effort by Cole Anthony leading the Magic to a 120-95 win. The Memphis Grizzlies faced off against the Golden State Warriors, where Jimmy Butler scored 38 points en route to a 121-116 victory for Golden State. The MLB regular season is in full swing, and several teams are starting to pull away from the pack. These include NL East leading Mets, who are coming off of a series win over the Athletics, the NL West leading Padres, who will have a 1.5-game lead over defending World Series champions in the LA Dodgers, and the Central leading Detroit Tigers, who took on a road divisional series rival in the Minnesota Twins this past weekend. That's all the sports updates I have for you, Cersei. Have a great weekend, and now let's send it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Jordan, for our insightful and very successful teams here at SHS.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Line TV.
And to follow us on X at Line TV, Instagram at Cersei Line TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Line TV. Signing off, I'm James Stafford.
And I'm Eric Crowley. See you next week, Cersei.